Are we getting an accurate read on what the public thinks? Because the latest news poll suggested that 60% are opposed to a carbon tax, 30% in favour. The question was, do you support carbon tax? Now, what if the question was, do you support taxing the 1,000 companies in this country who pollute the atmosphere the most? Yes or no?
Well, I've sworn off talking about polls this year, which you may or may not be aware of. So I'll only answer this question by analogy. Every question that was asked on the Iraq War was, do you not support involvement in Iraq? And John Howard still won an election after it. Same with the GST. The thing is, the public reward on results, all these hypotheticals are pretty meaningless.
But my point is, though, that it's immediately then the wider media, everybody then writes and will write into the future now that 60% of Australians oppose a carbon tax. And it's probably not accurate. It depends on the question that you ask. And what if you were to throw into the mix the compensation?
That you'll get compensation. And in fact, in many cases, you'll get more compensation, which is not a very good idea, but you'll get more compensation than it'll cost you. And if you're pensioners, you'll get double compensation, etc. If you're a trade export company, you'll get 95% of the cost. I mean, where is any pressure for you to reduce emissions if you're getting 95% compensation? And in the last deal, the generators were going to get staggering amounts of money. As people have pointed out, when you put an excise to try and, like on smoking, to reduce smoking, you don't turn around and then say, look, the tobacco companies will be fully compensated and all smokers will be fully compensated. It is absolutely perverse policy to compensate the generators in particular.
But that is the problem, though. If people think they are going to be fully compensated for a measure that is being introduced, then they think, well, what's the point of it? Why are you going to tax me and then reimburse me? Why not
they're not taxing them.
No, they're taxing polluters who will then pass on costs to them, so they will have to, be reimbursed. But that is the other problem with the poll questions, Barry, that you were asking before. The questions are never complete. It's never just as simple as saying, do you support carbon tax or do you think polluters should be compensated?
If they brought a low carbon tax in pretty soon, by the time of the next election, no one will even be noticing it. No one is a consumer.